Pakistan's main opposition party, PTI, is hopeful that their jailed leader and former Prime Minister Imran Khan would be released soon. It is easier said than done. Jailed ex-premier Imran Khan has once again urged his supporters to take to the streets to exert pressure on the country's rulers for his release. Similar attempts in the past to secure his release yielded no results. This time around, the task is even more difficult because the military establishment is enjoying a surge in popularity after the recent clashes with India over Kashmir.
कश्मीर के मामले में तो क्यों नहीं देंगे? ये तो हमारा देखें कौमी फरीज़ा है ना। कश्मीर का मामला तो ऐसा, ये तो कौमी, ये तो खान साहब से भी अगर कोई उनसे पूछेगा, हालांकि अभी वो कस्टडी में जेल में, वो भी बोलेंगे कि मैं फौज के इस मोटिव पे फौज के साथ हूँ।
The military's image had taken a hit due to Khan's incarceration, which his supporters claim is politically motivated, and allegations that it meddled in the 2024 general elections. But days of fierce military clashes with India last month once again put the generals in the driver's seat.
Absolutely. After India's strike on May 6th and 7th night, I believe effective countermeasures taken by the military, security military, has absolutely changed their reputation among the masses and the population in Pakistan. And to my belief, it was because, not only because the effective countermeasure, but how DG ISPR has been communicating with people through, back-to-back press conferences, and taking the whole Pakistani public in trust. So I believe this has contributed a lot.
रात से जारी लाइन ऑफ कंट्रोल पे जो वायलेशंस, बिला इश्तियाल फायरिंग जो भारत कर रहा है, जो अटरली की फायरिंग की जा रही है, उसमें अब तक 5 मासूम सिविलियंस शहीद हो चुके हैं, जिसमें एक 5 साल का बच्चा भी शामिल है। इस बुज़दिलाना, बिला इश्तियाल, बिला जवाज़ हमले का भरपूर जवाब अफ़वाज पाकिस्तान पाकिस्तानी कौम की हमायत से दे रही हैं और देती रहेंगी।
That, however, does not mean that Khan has lost his support. He remains the country's most popular politician.
वो ये कहना चाह रहा था कि मुल्क से करप्शन ख़त्म हो जाए, सही है, नाइंसाफ़ी, जो इनका एक मोटिव था कि इंसाफ सबके लिए बराबर हो, जो हकूक़ जो हैं सबको बराबर के मिलें, छोटा बड़ा कोई नहीं होता, VIP कल्चर ख़त्म हो।
But the security issues Pakistan is confronting are not just related to India and Kashmir. The military generals have a lot on their plate. I paid a visit to Ikram Sehgal, a retired military official and defense analyst, to talk about these security challenges.
In countries like Pakistan, the military will always be involved in politics. Imran Khan also has to understand that the army in a country like Pakistan has a role to play. Where you should define that role is where you have the political equation. Then that you give that space, right? The army has no business in politics, one side, but the army has to be involved, right? So what you should do is to have a common minimum program.
But why are Khan's party and supporters still hopeful about his release? Just over a month ago, they believed that US President Donald Trump could force the Pakistani military to set Khan free. When Khan was in power, he maintained good relations with Trump.
देखिए, रिसेंटली खान साहब से जो वकला मिले और खान साहब ने उनको बताया कि मैं किसी और एक्सटर्नल फोर्स या किसी और पर मेरा कोई इन्हिसार नहीं है, मेरा इन्हिसार जो मेरे केसेस हैं मैं उसका सामना करते हुए, और चाहे वो ख़ुद हों, चाहे उनकी जो अहलिया हैं बुशरा बेगम मोहतरमा, तो ये तमाम तर जो भी केसेस हैं कानूनी रास्ता फॉलो करते हुए वो केसेस ख़त्म होंगे और फिर वो बाहर आएंगे। खान साहब ने इसकी क्लैरिटी दे दी है। हाँ, हम ये ज़रूर चाहते हैं कि चाहे वो यूरोप हो, चाहे वो यूएस हो, चाहे कोई भी मुल्क हो या इंसानी हकूक़ की तंजीमें हो या इंटरनेशनल मीडिया हो, वो इंसानी हकूक़ की जहाँ पामाली हो, जो भी ह्यूमन राइट वायलेशंस होती, उस पर बात करें, उस पर हम आवाज़ हो हमारे साथ।
The Trump administration, however, has not hinted anything which could tell us that its interests are allied with Khan or his PTI party. In his address to Congress in March, Trump lauded the incumbent Pakistani government headed by PM Shehbaz Sharif for capturing a key militant involved in the 2021 Kabul bombing.
Tonight I am pleased to announce that we have just apprehended the top terrorist responsible for that atrocity. And I want to thank especially the government of Pakistan for helping arrest this monster. It's a big day.
During the brief India-Pakistan military escalation, the US leader emphasized that he enjoyed good ties with both Indian and Pakistani leaders.
Over the last few days.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much. Huma Bakai, a prominent international relations expert, told me why the US's interests look more aligned with the Pakistani militaries and PM Shehbaz Sharif's government rather than Khan.
US will see Pakistan as an ally in facilitating what it wants done in South Asia. South Asia is a focus again. We can see that. Afghanistan is a focus again. Minerals are a focus again. And they seem comfortable with working with whoever is in power. And if whoever is in power has the establishment support, Republicans have a tradition to be comfortable with that.
Experts in Pakistan explained to me why US's interests are closely tied to Pakistan's security establishment rather than civilian politicians. The ongoing crisis in the Middle East and the US-Iran tensions mean that the Pakistani security apparatus has once again become important for Washington. The US has held several rounds of talks with Iran to secure guarantees that Tehran wouldn't develop nuclear weapons. Trump has repeatedly warned the Iranian regime of military action should negotiations fail. Pakistan, which borders Iran, must keep an eye on the situation, as any escalation between the US and Iran could have a huge fallout for its own security.
The only nuclear power among the Islamic states today with the means to deliver that is Pakistan. Right. And if at any time the military option is used, it will not be confined to Iran. It will also take out Pakistan, right? Because not for any other reason, but they would not like, let's say, what they will call rogue elements in Pakistan reacting.
I met with Ziaur Rahman, a journalist who has covered security conflicts in Afghanistan and Iran extensively at Karachi's Press Club to know about his assessment.
Currently, we are not seeing any direct implication of what is going on in Middle East. But if US involved in escalation with the Iran, I think there will be more direct implication on Pakistan's security situation. Yeah, one thing is very clear that after fall of Kabul in August 2021, Pakistan is facing several challenges. It is economic challenges, it is political chaos, and most importantly, it is security challenges. We have seen the rise of Pakistani militants, which is emboldened by the fall of Kabul, and we have seen the separatist groups gaining foothold in Balochistan. And also amid this political chaos, I think entire responsibility comes on the Pakistani military to do something on it.
But the reinforcement of the security establishment in Pakistan could mean further erosion of democratic and civilian supremacy in the South Asian country. Even prior to the clashes with India, the military had expanded its power and extended its control over the country's politics and other spheres of life.
I think that the presence and the control of the military establishment is so powerful. And it has controlled everything, has spread its claws all over, and they are the ones who actually are the decision makers and the people who actually control. So I don't think that the so-called democratic government has much possibilities for itself, and they are controlled as well. It's a very dark time for Pakistan. In fact, probably in my life, I don't think I've seen such dark times. We've lived through all the martial laws. This is not martial law, but it seems so dark. I would say it's even worse. And then, of course, as you know, journalists are constantly picked up. You say something on people on Facebook have said very small, almost innocent kind of things, and they have been arrested.
It is unclear how much pressure former PM Imran Khan and his party can exert on the military establishment in this scenario, and whether his call for mass protest would force the rulers to set him free. For now, the security state in Pakistan appears to be on the rise.